European luxury companies tried to blame America's tariffs for the recent price hikes, but were unexpectedly exposed by China, who revealed the insanely greedy markups they're actually charging. Multiple European luxury brands, including Prada, Gucci, and Chanel, recently raised their already sky-high prices. These companies argued that the increases were necessary in order to protect their businesses and employees from the financial effects of the tariffs. However, this excuse angered owners of manufacturing companies in China, who took to social media to reveal that these European companies are raising prices purely out of greed. They claim that even at a 20 to 50% tariff rate, the prices these brands charge ensure that they will still make a profit of more than 2,000%, and they have actual evidence to back up these claims, as one poster who operates an OEM factory which produces the actual products that these luxury companies put their brand on and sell to consumers. He showed that one bag, which retails at $38,000, actually only costs about $1,400 to manufacture, which is a markup of more than 2,700%.
I am glad that people would not accept and believe that luxury is just a feeling. Luxury is just a mindset and not a price tag with elegant logo. So people are beginning to find out that these luxury brand owners ship these items from China to Italy just to add the made in Italy tags, and then they come back to the end users to sell at exorbitant prices. Chinese manufacturers on TikTok have been exposing luxury brands with receipts. They are giving us strong proof, claiming that luxury brands actually buy these products as cheap as $20 and then sell to consumers for thousands of dollars. What it just means is that that Gucci bag that is in your closet might not necessarily be as luxury as you think. Can also have the same quality as someone who got it from a cheaper store. Well, I just keep wondering what the effect of this exposure by this Chinese manufacturer would have on luxury brands. A lot of people have things to say about this.
No, because let's talk about how China exposing luxury brands for selling them cheap-ass goods is even going to change the music industry. Rappers are not going to be able to rap about the same things anymore. How do you look like rapping about, your Louis belt and designer this and designer that when the jig is up? All that shit is worthless. You know what I mean? Because, think about it. The whole point of brands sending these celebrity puppets their items was so that they can flex to their everyday audience that, oh yeah, I'm making money, I'm rich, and y'all niggas is broke, and this is something to aspire to. But I've been peeped, and I've been telling y'all, celebrities don't have no goddamn money. They get all of that shit for free in exchange for promoting it to your everyday hardworking ass. Yeah. And so what does that make you want to do? It's all about psychology. It makes you want to go grind and hustle. You listen to trap music, you want to grind and hustle so you can go buy what they're talking about. It's subliminal programming. And so now that the jig is up, the spell has worn off, that, oh yeah, all that shit is bullshit. Celebrities are actually broke. They don't really have any money to buy half that shit that they wearing. They getting it for free because they're living off of a goddamn label loan. Low-key doing criminal, dirty, shady business, to make any kind of real money because they don't make no money off of streams. But now you can't even flex the designer names. Now you can't even flex your Louis belt. Now you can't even flex your Louis bag, your Louis duffel. So how you really about to make any money? If, your daddy, Louis V and Balenciaga, their shit not even worth anything now, and it's definitely not worth flexing, and nobody's gonna buy that shit anymore. So now you're gonna have to switch up your whole flow. Now you're gonna have to work with some actual lyrics, some actual talent, some actual content, because we've been woken up. We don't want to hear that shit no more. I've been peeped that the Kardashians and Cardi B, a lot of that shit is either fake or given to them. Them bitches do not have that kind of money. Okay, especially not Cardi B. Her music is not selling and she ain't been on tour once. The jig is up, y'all. Let's talk in the comments.
Yes, Italy is known for quality. Yes, China is known for mass market. That is because of the sneaky little tricks that luxury brands have used for decades at this point to create the illusion that these things are more glamorous. Because what actually happens in a lot of instances is that, and this is a loophole that all people who sell consumer product goods, CPGs, they do this. This is not just luxury, but luxury is definitely one that leans into it, is that the made in tag in a garment or a bag or whatever, it's not really true, because all of the parts can come from China for a luxury item. But the last part of the assembly, if that happens in Europe, then you can have the tag that says made in Italy, made in France. But it doesn't mean what a lot of people think it means, which is that there are some artisans in white lab coats who are painstakingly stitching bags by hand, like, you know, the Hermes factor, like what a lot of people think of the Hermes practice of hand crafting a Birkin bag. They think that that's how it works with everything. And now I can charge you a ridiculous amount of money because of the perception of, oh, it's made in Italy, it must be high quality, therefore they are totally justified in asking $6,000 for this.
Sure.
Not realizing all of these components were made in China. They just got assembled at the very end in Italy. So if you think the quality of the leather and the hardware is, on the level, if you think it's A1, it's still Chinese. And I mean, hey, fashion, luxury fashion has killed the mystique anyway, so might as well tell y'all how it goes.
I think this China shit going over a lot of people's head. What China is basically telling us Americans is that we're not buying dupes when we shop from DHgate. It's all made from the same material. What Americans are paying for, that's why they shit so expensive, like a Birkin bag is 38 racks, is the Americans are fucking being brainwashed and thinking it's high quality when it's the same as DHgate. All Americans is doing is paying for the logo. And this is how they keep us in a loop, in a cycle. DHgate has the same material as a Gucci store, as Louis Vuitton, as Birkin. Like, just don't let that go over y'all head. Because a lot of people be like, I'm still not buying nothing from DHgate. I'm still not buying nothing fake. Whole time trying to tell you, same material. Y'all are paying for a logo. We use the same material in everything we make.
Louis Vuitton is having a hard time finding people to come work at their factory in Texas. And I find it crazy because they offering people $17 an hour. But y'all charge people $2,000 a bag. They got expensive stuff. Even they shoes, the little red bottoms and stuff like that, be thousands of dollars, but y'all only want to pay y'all factory workers $17 an hour. And y'all having problems finding workers. This is a valuable lesson for all of these businesses, okay? Because the real question is, who was working there for $17 an hour before? And my guess is going to be Hispanic people. That's going to be my guess. And are these the black jobs that they said the Hispanic people was taking that we didn't ask for? Furthermore, I want to point out that there are a lot of people in America making $17 an hour, which is nothing. Like, I'm not trying to down you for making $17 an hour. It's about the companies not paying a livable wage. $17 an hour is not enough to survive in 2025. That's not enough to pay your rent or mortgage, whatever you got, your lights, grocery. That's not enough. It's not enough. You're literally bringing home maybe $1,100 every 2 weeks. And the average mortgage is like $1,200, $1,300. I mean, average rent, $1,200, $1,300 for a 1 to 2 bedroom, no matter where you live. How y'all expect people to survive on $17 an hour? I have this conversation all the time about how we are in this work cycle and we got to find a way to get out, because what happens is you go to school, and throughout your school career, they tell you, oh, in order to survive, you either have to go to college and start a career, or you have to go out into the work field. And you go out into the work field and the job is not paying you enough to survive. So then what do? You go pick up a second job. And when you go pick up a second job, now you're working all day and all night. You barely have time to sleep. Your health is declining. You don't have time for a social life. Like, this is the work cycle that a lot of people be in, and it's not healthy for us. It's not healthy to work multiple jobs. I actually got fired from a job for talking about this very thing because they wasn't paying nothing and everybody there was working 2 or 3 jobs, and I didn't think that was okay. I'm not working 2 or 3 jobs, and a lot of people like to point out that I'm married. I don't give a damn. My husband not working 2 or 3 jobs either, because if he at work all the time, when he gonna have time to see me? When he gonna have time to help me raise these kids? Like, this is a cycle that keeps families apart. Like, I don't know why I'm the only person who see the issue with this, but there is something really wrong with these companies not paying us a livable wage. It's something wrong.
So according to an interview given to Vogue, all Hermes Birkins are made in France, in a small little factory where only like 12 artisans work. Yeah, right. All the Birkins in all of the stores worldwide are coming from one place with 12 workers? There's no way. Luxury houses have been hiding their exploitation of cheap labor for years. In the US, Louis Vuitton manufacturing pays $18 an hour, which is why their rate of wasted product is over 40%.
Sure.
And it's not stable, it's climbing. And both Louis Vuitton and Hermes have been accused of poor labor practices in France. There's articles everywhere about it. Design houses have been using shadow labor in Asia for years. I'm glad they're getting called out on it. I'm just here because I want the tip and the contact information for restoration hardware. That's it. Screw the handbags. I don't want any.
I thought it was common knowledge that luxury items aren't that expensive to make. Like, you're really just paying for the brand of it all. It's like how much worth people are putting into the brand itself and giving it like the status of being luxury. And like if a company comes out and prices their bags at a certain price point and says we're a luxury brand, even though it costs $50 to make whatever the fuck, and then they sell it for $50,000, it is the people putting the worth of that brand into the brand. It's like how $1 is literally just a piece of paper. Like, it literally is just a piece of paper. And it's not even a sturdy one. Like, other countries have sturdy bills. We can rip our shit so fucking easily. It's ridiculous. But we have so much, like, worth in this dollar. We put so much worth into the dollar. So it means so fucking much. And it means, like, everything. But at the end of the day, it's a piece of paper. It's the same thing with these luxury brands. Like, yes, it's a nice bag. And, it, you know, yay, it was $50,000, but it cost them $200 to make from beginning to end. So you're just paying for, like, the branding and, like, the little medallion that's on the luxury item. That's really all it is, seriously.
Now that China has been coming out this last few weeks or last few days, all over TikTok showing us that every luxury good that we buy, and I mean every single luxury good that we buy, are made in the same exact factory, the reals and the fake. They're all the same leathers, the same manufacturers, the same tools, everything is made in the same place. They simply send the fake ones, they're not fake, they're real, to like DHgate, Canal Street, Santee Alley, and they send the real ones to Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Fendi, Prada, but they're made exactly the same. There's absolutely no difference. Now that we know this information, now it's public, I feel very vindicated. Do you guys remember when I was doing my Quiet Luxury series and how much backlash I used to get from Black people because we consume the most luxury goods out of any other ethnic group in the world, out of any group in the world? And when I would do my Quiet Luxury series, people would get so mad, and I would say, I'm simply telling you to save your money. If you really want to buy luxury, buy Quiet Luxury, because you will feel it on your skin. You would know you're wearing luxury. But if you're spending money buying Gucci, Fendi, Prada, you might as well go to Canal Street or Santee Alley or DHgate and buy them there. Save your money and use it to invest in your 401k, your stock portfolio, because the wealthy, the rich, do not wear these things. I was a personal assistant and a wardrobe cleaner for one of the most famous, probably one of the most famous, if not the famous person ever when I first got to LA. And 90% of her luxury goods were fake. And I would ask, why? But you have so much money. Why do you wear so much fake stuff? And she will say, how dumb will I be to buy the real thing when they're made from the same place, exactly the same place? So 14 years ago, I had this knowledge. And I brought that knowledge over to TikTok, and you guys would, I mean, I made so many enemies. All your favorite Black influencers all hated me, which is what led it to my cancellation. But I would try to tell you guys, like, yes, it's okay for you guys to watch their very luxurious life. That's fine. Or their unboxing, that's fine. But if you can't afford it, go to DHgate or go to Canal Street and go buy it, and then save your money and invest in your stock portfolio. Because I promise you, they probably can't afford it either, okay? And they're just doing this to like to be flashy, which is what the Black culture is, right? It's like the more Gucci, Fendi, Prada you are, the more successful you are. But I promise you, now that we know, we have evidence that they're made exactly the same way. I was right.
Why spend thousands of dollars on something that is made at cheaper factories but covered with branding? Luxury is how you feel. It doesn't have to be expensive for you to think that you are wearing luxury. If you do not have confidence as a person, no amount of luxury would be able to cover you up. All of these revelations from these Chinese manufacturers, we've been able to see that you can still wear quality stuff if you shop smarter from small business owners. If you buy from online vendors, you can still wear quality. You do not need to give all of your savings away to these high-end luxury brands before you know that you are wearing something of high value. After this, if you still choose to buy from luxury brand, nobody will judge you. It is your money. You worked for it. So if you want to spend it, however, it's up to you. Over the years, people have always thought that whatever comes from China is cheap and poor quality, but that is not true. The reason why this propaganda has been on for so long, despite that China has most advanced technology to produce world-class quality items, is because lots of middlemen in America go all the way to China to shop for items, and then they mark the price up. They get to buy these things at cheap amounts, and then they mark the price up. They do not want you to know their trade secrets. So that is why they keep pushing the propaganda that China stocks only cheap items, but behind, they run back to China to get all of their item and product from, and then sell to you at exorbitant price. Now, I don't think this revelation is meant to bring America down. I feel like it is an eye-opener for people to now know how to budget their money wisely. So these Chinese guys, the manufacturers, are just trying to erase the impression that people have about made in China products. And then for those who have also been able to grow their TikTok shop and are looking for suppliers to buy products in bulk from, they can always come to China to buy, because they sell quality stuff at cheaper rates, just like luxury brand also go there to buy and stock up. So this is just going to break that middleman chain that has been going on for long. So this is actually a very smart move and good choice for people who are willing to make smart purchases. Generally, I just think China is trying to take advantage of this trade war between America and China, and it will benefit consumers who are open-minded. So if you have been feeling embarrassed to rock that luxury item you got from China on your last vacation, this is the opportunity for you to rock it right. Nobody is going to know. Nobody is going to judge you. What do you guys think about this trade secrets that China has exposed about luxury brands? Do you think it is due to the trade war? Do you think it will benefit consumers? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. If you've ever wondered why some men fumble good women and only realize their mistake when it's too late, I've got this video for you. Click on this video to watch. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in my next one.